Good afternoon, this is Kuro. Got a game in my Tier 7 Sims. Going over the matchmaking, we are looking at no radar cruisers. Mayhan, Shiratsuyu, Farragut rounding out the destroyer threats. And gonna talk a little bit about this game, about using the short range torpedoes, different tips and tricks and other things that I do to make them work. I will rotate either running the short range torps, which I prefer um, in the Sims. Sometimes I'll also run the longer range torps, kind of depending on what captain I'm running on Sims at the moment. Um, so this captain is my Ovechkin captain. I basically use basic firing training, the extra HP with the survivability expert. It's basically my brawling U.S. destroyer captain, and I find that it's very fun in Sims. That extra little HP just goes so far in this little tin can of a boat. It just, if you guys haven't played Sims, she's hands down the most maneuverable destroyer in the game. Um, she's an utter dream to play. Taking a look at my stats right here. Kind of my game plan is there's not a lot of support out here, so I'm looking to drop smoke for this Bodioni. I can't remember what his smoke concealment is off the top of my head, so I'm just asking him. He doesn't know how to do it, so I'm telling him press H, and I just go on ahead. I see ships popping up, so I just go on ahead and start laying the smoke. Since this Shiratsuyu is up, I'm just gonna go nuts on this guy. Got a couple battleships in the background shooting at me. They land a pretty good hit right there. But I want to make sure that I try to get as much damage as I can on this Shiratsuyu. You can see the battleship shooting again in the background. And just doing what I can to kite back.
Torpedoes to port.
Now what I'm doing here, I'm basically trying to spot these battleships and anything else that wants to try to shoot at me. Simply let my Bodioni farm. I basically laid a big line of smoke out here, and if this guy's positioned correctly, he's able to stealth fire behind it. Now, short-range torpedoes, Kuro, what the hell are you doing? Those are never going to hit those battleships. I'm not aiming at the battleships. I understand there's short-range torps. I am just throwing RPF torpedoes out there. Maybe I catch the destroyer. These torps are fantastic for punishing enemy destroyers that are trying to chase you. And that's what we're in this situation. We need to kite away on the flank, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, to note, sorry, my voice is going. To note, when you're able to kite a flank like this, you can torp from beyond your actual torpedo range. It comes down to the speed of the target, the speed of your torpedoes. These torpedoes are pretty fast. So typically I try to launch my torps, no further out than, 8.5, 8.3, something like that. Right here, all I'm doing, I'm trying to catch a DD. If he's starting to push tight to those islands, I might be able to catch him.
Hi, guys. At the work?
Yeah. Hi. Can you say hi?
Okay.
Yeah. That's number one. Anyway, I kind of believe that I'm far enough out that I'm not in any sort of real danger to damage, but that New York is proving to really be a pain in the ass. He's actually landed quite a few good hits on me, so I'm just gonna go dark here. This Boise popped up. That was a bit of a surprise. At this point, I actually think my RPF is on the Boise and not the DD. So, just gonna keep kiting back. Now, this is a misplay on my Budioni. He can't pick this fight. I mean, there's a New York, King George, a full health Boise, and, you know, there's just, he's got 25% of his hit points left. It's just not gonna fly. I headed that way. Originally was thinking about maybe dropping smoke for him, but I realized he was gonna be dead before I could even get up there and smoke him. Nope, leave my mouse alone. Yeah. The Shiratsuyu spotted, and again, I'm just falling back. This team is not looking too good. You look at its standard battle. The team all went to just a couple squares, and only a couple ships actually went to this flank, and we've lost map control, and it's probably going to result in a loss here. So just switching into kind of damage dealing mode. Gonna be using more of my smokes for me to farm damage. Firing on the Boise right now, see if I can get him to turn more broadside, maybe get him to eat a torp. And you can see how I dropped those torps from well beyond my torp range, somewhere around 8 kilometers. And I basically just let him drive into him. So at this point, I'm just trying to draw these enemies in. We've got ships that are spotted. My Akatsuki smoked up. I'm trying to spot this Shiratsuyu for the team. Kind of hoping the Akatsuki will actually punish the guy, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. I do pick up the Shiratsuyu. I guess he's not running concealment expert or something's going on. My dodging is not the best this game. These guys all seem to have a bead right on me. But don't count old Kuro out. I'm just helping my adrenaline rush. One of the things that you can do with the USDDs is set up these smoke screens and then basically create a situation where you're basically daring the enemy to try to cross that smoke screen. And what I'm doing right now, I've got the smoke screen to the front of me, so if I need to get undetected, I can just drive forward into it. And what I'm doing, I'm looking to see if I can bait either the Shiratsuyu or somebody into shooting me, so I can run into the smoke and just farm them. And it's not really working. It's looking like the Shiratsuyu just ran. And my team's all shifting south, but now they've lost map control in the north. This team is, they're just stampeding in any direction they think they can, and it's not gonna work. Nope, don't put that in my cup. Daddy doesn't want to drink ink. So here again, 8 kilometers out. I'm looking, trying to let these torps get closer, and I do spot the Shiratsuyu all of a sudden. And just gonna try to get this guy off the board. He's done a pretty good job at staying alive until now. I see the New York lining up a shot on me, but I'm just, yeah, just noping out with some serious dodging right there.
Torpedoes astern.
That New York gets hit pretty hard. It looks like he's going to be going down here shortly. And at this point, it looks like my team is, what we're doing is working, but the issue is map control. You know, every time, you know, we surrender an area of the map, we end up having ships caught out broadside. You look, we've got Fiji, Furataka, all these guys broadside to enemy ships, and these guys are going to take a pounding. The Shiratsuyu flooded the Normandy. So at this point, I'm getting ready to start making my last stand. We're down a ship, we're down a lot of points, and we're gonna have to do something. We've got a DD pushing into the cap. It's pretty much hitting, you know, that go time where you've got to do something or you're gonna lose. Now I think that I'm spotting the Farragut. Maybe it's the Akatsuki, but I think he's behind the island. So I'm just trying, if it's me spotting this Farragut, I don't want to do anything to disrupt it. I just want this guy to get farmed out. I don't think he's got smoke. My Akatsuki, yeah, those cruisers didn't have hydro. I don't understand what they're doing. But at this point, the Farragut runs off around the island. And here I'm looking at a torp opportunity on this Baron. Looks like he's starting to turn into the cap. So just dropping my torps, leading him. Again, he's driving into range of my torps. Yeah, it's me spotting the Farragut. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you broke a crayon?
Bye.
Oops. Yeah, oops. So, Farragut's spotting me. I do have one smoke left. I'm gonna go ahead and most likely pop that here. If I remember correctly, they start shooting. I smoke up. And I'm just looking to see if I can pick this Farragut kill up. The Baron ate a torp. So I know his damage control is on cooldown. So once I can finish off this Farragut, we can, he got away, shit. I can keep working on the Baron. I knew there was torpedoes coming, so I was trying to reverse my angle. The Farragut, for some reason, starts shooting, and even though I've only got 2 guns available, I am gonna I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, and I'm going for it. So Baron is still pushing, and this is the situation I'm talking about, where you're defending your smoke screen, and people will push right into your smoke screen all the time, and you can do a lot of nasty things from this position. Just trying to get that extra fire, maybe be able to bait him into turning. Just gonna launch both sets of torps. Um, just want him gone because this Boise's my next target. And again, just focusing down low health targets right now. I'm just trying to remove guns out of the game. Got 33 seconds left of this smoke screen. Getting some weird dispersion where shells are... I'm aiming at the superstructure and shells are, you know, hitting the water line for some reason. I don't get it, but that's the aiming system in the game sometimes. This smoke's running out. I'm not gonna risk it, just gonna kite back. I do see this Mayhan. There's not a lot I can do about the Mayhan at the moment. And again, just waiting to see what these ships are gonna do. Looks like this Congo was turning in. I think I screwed these torps up. I think I didn't lead them quite far enough. Congo's a really deceptively fast battleship. Yeah, I think these torpedoes are behind. That second set I should have led further forward. My failure. Ugh. Horrible. But at this point, we're really down on ships. It's not looking good. I'm just waiting for the damage control to run off on this Congo. Wouldn't you know, he goes down. So I am looking to just disengage this Molotov. Not pretty if this guy can get shots off on me and hit me. Their guns are a super flat trajectory. You can see even dropping off like this, he still whacks me. Now, just trying to get off, you know, where I was last spotted. I'm just throwing some torps out there. I think this Molotov's going to keep running after me. And again, torping beyond the 7-kilometer range of my torps. Now I'm going to get a little cheeky here. I think that this guy might get a little aggressive and try to get all of his guns on me, even though he doesn't need it. So I go on ahead, I take a shot, and you can see right off the bat the guy turns right into me. Takes 1 torp, takes 2 torps, and that's a nice little chunk of damage for me. He is going to finish me off here, but 86k in a game like this, not that bad. Honestly, kind of had some bad fire RNG with this game. As many shell hits as I had, I think that I could have had a few more. I mean, 113, most of it was all HE. Actually, I'm not sure I shot any AP at all. We'll take a look at the detailed report. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a few days since this game. Yeah, no AP fired. 113 shell hits, only 2 fires. That is pretty terrible. Um, but you know, what are you gonna do sometimes? Um, anyway, I wanted to basically highlight this game, just have like a short range torpedo commentary. It is something that I see people complain about. You know, how do I use these lower tier USDD torps? Um, you know, there's no stealth torping, blah blah blah. There's other stuff you see in other games with like using island cover, stuff like that, to torp. You know, if I get a chance, I'll do a tutorial on that. Um, but this game, I just wanted to focus on the open water aspects of, you know, some of the, you know, different ways that you can utilize torps. And don't put my car keys in my coffee. I don't need that. Thank you. Uh, yeah, thank you. Um, totally lost my train of thought trying to rescue my car keys. So anyway, hope you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you guys later.